everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Apocalypse Keys, Part 3. One of the Sarahs, can you help me pronounce the name of this mystery?
The Manananggal murders.
Manananggal.
The Manananggal murders. Thank you, Sarah.
Manananggal murders.
And thank you, RJ, for giving us a handy pronunciation guide, because this adventure takes place in the Philippines, and I don't know if y'all have noticed, I am not from the Philippines. So, that being said, today is July 23rd, 2024, and you, or not 24, 2023, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we've played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. The best place to ask us those questions is either going to be in the Discord, as you can find in the link to the side, or you can join us on the Patreon. Again, Patreon, that's the place for answers, but Discord, questions, the Twitch chat, also a great place for questions. We'll do our best to copy and paste them, but if you want to make sure that we actually get to see your question, Discord is a great place to hang. Other than that, let's say you already support us on Twitch. You already support us on YouTube and Patreon and all of those other wonderful things, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Guess what, Acorns? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We even have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, and all of the proceeds of our merch is currently going to help support Doctors Without Borders, because I don't know if y'all have noticed, it's a little weird outside every day. So Doctors Without Borders is our preferred donation space for our merch sales. Other than that, that is it for my merch spiel. So hey, Noir, who are you playing today?
Today I'm playing Joe, also known as Judas Iscariot. I was just trying to, live his best life, being, a harbinger of the end of all things, as you do. But that's me. Both me and Joe here go by he, they. Now stop perceiving me.
That's me. I'm next. Hi, I'm Anita. My pronouns are she, they, and today I will be playing D.I.V.I.S.I.O.N, otherwise known as Din, who uses any pronouns. And Din is the last playbook, an angel of the Lord, ? And I'm also very excited to be here.
All right, that takes it over to me. Hey, everybody, it's me, SirHeckaLot. I'm back. I'm on your screen. And as per usual, tonight I am playing Eden, the Found playbook, who is a manifestation of nature. Very excited to be back. And if I may, it is also my birthday. It's a birthday stream. I'm very excited.
I am the indoor adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be playing as Lucius Alexander, who uses the Hungry playbook. We're here for a good time.
And that just leaves me. Hey, everybody, I'm Sarah Roberts. I use any pronouns, and I will be your GM for tonight. And I have one question for Hype, or for Heck, on your birthday.
Yes.
Would you like me to sing you happy birthday on air?
Sure.
All right. Do you want the fun, happy, upbeat one, or do you want happy birthday, Mr. President?
Ooh. I feel like I did the upbeat one last time with Numenera. So let's do Mr. President.
All right. Everybody, I'm sorry for what you're about to hear. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's it. Okay. All right, roll that intro. Let's get out of here.
There are things that go bump in the night, and we are the ones who bump back.
Mabuhay, everyone. That's a formal greeting for Filipinos. Well, it's more akin to the Hawaiian aloha, where it has a multi-purpose as a greeting or a cheer of celebration. Anyway, I hope you've all rested up from your last mission, because, well, you've guessed it, we have another one for you. I suggest you pack for a long flight, because your next case is in the Philippines. Location: Metro Manila, Philippines. Date: redacted, July 20 redacted. Contact: Sister Teresa. Omen-class monsters. Initial evidence suggests a door of power may be present in Manila, Philippines. Investigate the murders of the declining Manananggal population. Former agent Sister Teresa of the Broken Crucifix has requested assistance, observation, and direct action. Harbinger-class monsters may be behind the murders, or encouraging violence and chaos from the shadows. Find the door of power and contain it before the Harbinger claims ascension. Just a little factoid for everyone. A Manananggal is akin to European vampires. Well, in mythos, they've got fangs, bat-like wings, and a taste for blood. What separates them from their Western cousins is the distinct ability to detach their upper and lower halves. A bit morbid, I know, but it's just in case you see any wayward body parts. Don't be too alarmed. Unless, you know... good luck out there.
We're back. We only left for a little bit. Hello. But it's not my place. Hey, Sarah, take us away.
Let's do it. So once again, we open up with you all heading back into work on a sunny Chicago day. It's actually been a couple months since you were called in. You've had quite a bit of time off. Doors to the apocalypse don't pop up every other Thursday. They're rather unpredictable, but you've all received a call from Abraham Yates asking you to come in and meet him in the briefing room. What have you all been doing the last few weeks as you've had some time off?
I had file boxes of information pulled from that Arctic research base, or cold place. I don't know if it was Arctic or not. I've just been reading that. I've been going over my notes, not for any particular reason. But I don't think that Lucius is very involved in the day-to-day of Division. Unless he's called in, he mostly keeps to himself.
Okay.
Dynast has been taking up a new hobby because Dynast lives on campus, and unfortunately, when there's not much to do between calls, it does get terribly boring. And I think Nessie has been teaching Dynast how to cross stitch.
Oh, and she is, her cross stitch loom is a little bit larger than yours, but she is a very patient teacher. And every time you get a tangle in your yarn as you're cross stitching, she slowly helps you unravel the knots. And after a little while, you come out with, it's been a while, so you come out with a nice little 5x5 cross stitch. What would Dynast's cross stitch look like, do you think?
Oh, I believe that it is cross stitch of a biblically accurate angel, so it is the wheels within wheels and the multiple eyes and feathers.
She's
It's a
gotten you
self-portrait.
wonderful. She's gotten you some googly eyes to use as the eyes. Looks great.
Oh yeah,
Makes a fun sound when you shake it.
It's a mixed media project.
Who else?
So Joe rented out an entire theater to spend a day watching the Barbie movie back to back.
I love it. What was the impact that the Barbie movie had on Joe?
He really started to question some things about the way he's been treating some people.
Really?
Yeah. And maybe there's some use for humanity after all. And that Billie Eilish song really hit him right where he lives.
Ooh, it's a good song.
Yeah. Joe's wondering what he's made for. Besides the end of the world, that is.
I love it. And Eden.
Yeah, I think over these past couple weeks, Eden has almost memorized like every inch of the Natural History Museum that she possibly can. She's been just spending so much time there trying to reconnect different parts of her memories that are very scrambled, very fragmented. And it's probably, I guess, the first place she thought to look, because there are many places that are very visual, very hands-on, and things like that. The different exhibits and stuff, there's some familiarity to a lot of them, but it's not specific memory. And that's what she's kind of trying to reconnect with over time.
Okay. As you walk through the Natural History Museum, is there any exhibit in particular that Eden focuses her time in?
Probably like a lot of like the fossils, the bones, those kinds of things.
All right. As they sit contemplating let's say a stegosaurus. That's a dinosaur, right?
It's the best dinosaur.
It's a very good dinosaur.
Its tail and it uses it as a
whip. I was just making sure that it's still a dinosaur because some of them have been like declassified. My whole childhood was ruined.
I'm a stegosaurus stan.
As you stand, Eden, contemplating this stegosaurus, there's the click of heels behind you on the floor. And someone walks up just behind your shoulder and says, "You know, they have the femur in the wrong position, right?"
Huh. I didn't notice that at first, but you're right. And Eden will turn around.
You turn and you see a female presenting person with a short, dark bob and a pair of smart glasses. Their suit is black, well tailored, with a crisp white shirt underneath. And on their pocket, there is a gold bar. But instead of listing a name, it just says the curator.
Interesting. Yeah, I think Eden would just, I guess, continue to make small conversation with this
Mhm.
person. Um, so what's the story behind that then? Why keep it like that?
Oh, well, finances, patrons complaining about exhibits being down. It would be a whole thing, and then there would be holes in it where it's currently wired into place that would be showing, and they don't want to go through masking those, and it's easier just for them to ignore it despite all of my protests.
That does sound frustrating.
Mm. It can be, but in time, it'll all get fixed. I'll see to it.
Well, I mean, I guess if these fossils have waited this long to be put back together, they can wait a little bit longer.
Hmm. You know what? I suppose you're right. All good plans take a bit of time after all. Isn't that right? And she winks at you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm late for a meeting and then a flight. Pleasure meeting you.
Me too.
And she will shake your hand with a firm downward shake and walk away. And you watch as this person heads straight for an employees only area, swipes a passcode key, and exits through a door.
Did anything seem familiar about her? Them?
Hmm. They seemed. Let me see. What are your moves here?
Let me reacquaint myself with my character sheet.
Right. Um. They seemed familiar in the way that someone who is practiced at working with the general public
Hmm.
can seem open and familiar with a person. But you can't place ever seeing their face before.
Interesting. Well, yeah. Eden is probably just going to spend however much time she has until we get the mission brief.
Yeah. Shortly after, your communication device, whatever that may be to accommodate your specific power needs, does go off, and you are all summoned into the building. And you all walk in, and Agent Yates is actually waiting for you in the briefing room. And he turns around with a smile on his face and, oh, hi. I made pigs in a blanket this time. And looks directly at you, Joe. There's even dipping sauce. Homemade.
If Joe doesn't say anything at the like pigs in a blanket, I think Lucius will like walk up, take one. When he says he made homemade dipping sauce, see, my first thought for pigs in a blanket is like maple syrup. Like, what kind of dipping sauce has he provided here?
There is a spicy barbecue sauce.
Oh.
There is also a it's almost like a sweet candied sauce. It's not exactly maple syrup, it's thinner.
Okay.
And there's almost an appley taste in there along with the syrupy taste that you're expecting. And then there's also just a homemade spicy mustard to go along with it as well.
Lucius, I think, like sees the spicy mustard and like raises an eyebrow at Yates, and he will just like he'll dip in and take a bite.
As soon as you grab it, Joe goes, I'm the one that asked for that.
And Lucius looks with like the mustard on it and just extends his hand out to you.
Hey, Joe, not even taking it, just bites it from the hand. Pretty good. Pretty good.
And I think Lucius will then turn around and like tuck it into the suit pocket of Agent Yates. And he says, of course, thank you for always preparing snacks, Agent. What have you, other than fine breakfast material, I am assuming you brought us here for a thing?
Yes, I have. Go ahead and here. You know what, Joe? You just hang on to this. They were requested by you after, and he just puts the whole tray of pigs in a blanket in your hands, Joe, as he wipes his hands on his pants and starts up a projector and a PowerPoint presentation for you all, using one of the default themes. It's maroon and beige. Yes, so initial evidence suggests a door of power may be present in Manila in the Philippines, and we would like you all to check it out. Also, there have been some murders, which we think may be connected. So, you know what? I'll start the show, and if you have any questions, you just ask me. Okay? How's that sound? Does that jive for everybody?
Sounds great.
Okay, cool. Still learning communication styles, but I think I'm getting better at it. And he clicks to the first slide, and it is a image of weather patterns. Typhoons of unusual ferocity have battered the city of Manila. The poorer areas of the city frequently flood, but people persevere and make do. As this area here on the map, the apartments, this is where you're going to be going, actually. It was meant to be temporary housing for migrants in the 1960s, but, like with most government projects, it's still around. Several generations now have lived there, but things are slowly falling apart. Over the years, members of the monstrous population have moved in there. Most monsters have difficulty finding landlords who will accept them, as I'm sure you are all very well aware. But the biggest monster population in the complex is the Manananggal. Up to 10 folks are usually crammed in a single apartment that should normally house 1 to 2 people. Yates grimaces and shakes his head. It's not great. Is anyone here familiar with Manananggal?
I stopped by a couple centuries ago.
Okay. Good to know. For the rest of you, the Manananggal can disguise themselves, passing as human. While they have many genders, human often refer to them as feminine. During the day, they're the sluggish, warm Philippine. The warm Philippine sun usually puts them into a bit of a stupor. They get the sleepies. They get the sleepies during the day, and and in the evening, he clicks to another slide. In the evening, at their most comfortable, they're much more active, and they will open up their back and extend their bat-like wings. Often they're stretching 6 feet across. Their wings are huge. It's super cool. But if they relax and they feel safe, they'll leave behind the half of their lower body. I have a slide for this. And there is a stick figure drawing that Yates has made for you all, spelling this out for you visually as well. They'll leave the lower half of their body in a secure location, and an image of like a security ADT sign flashes up on the screen as he says this. And they'll fly off into the night to meet with friends and family.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted you to know in case you find,
So these
half of a body.
So these Manananggal, are they the ones who are being murdered, or are these the ones that we are looking out for as a murder suspect?
They are. We suspect that they're being murdered.
Okay.
It's a little different. Well, it's a little difficult to say, but
It's like with any vulnerable population, when they go missing, it's not necessarily that anyone's looking.
well, people are looking. It's just
They
the
aren't
circumstances.
looking very well.
Yeah. So, continuing on, let me, I have more slides. I worked all night on this. Myths of old describe the Manananggal devouring humans alive, especially pregnant women, but, that's not true. They have a diet similar to humans, actually. But the years have not been particularly kind to the population, and they keep to themselves to hide their true natures from the general populace. Because of their nocturnal tendencies, most of them have careers that thrive in the night shift or, odd hours, security, janitorial services, social media management, believe it or not. Some of your best social media managers out there, Manananggal. The sex work, call centers, work, a lot of work that's outsourced to the Philippines already. They are categorized as one of the oldest Aswang, a faction of monsters who once were politically powerful and owned much of the land in the area. But that was a long time ago. And Yates clicks over to a timeline depicting when this change occurred. Manananggal are long-lived, and only the very oldest remember such a time. Most elders don't live in places like the apartments. Instead, younger generations live there, despite the numerous attempts of the government to force them to find housing elsewhere. The monsters are a strong community. About 4 weeks ago, the first Manananggal citizens went missing. Others would come home, and their lower halves of those missing were found in their rooms, abandoned. Originally, it was thought that they had just hunkered down somewhere to maybe just traveled too far during the night. But as the days passed, their upper halves were found, or what remained of them. They were torn limb from limb, and some of their internal organs were missing. And there's photos in the file, but I'm not going to put those on the screen. I don't think.
Baseful Star Wipe would have prepared us for it if you were going to put it in the presentation. Just notes for next time.
Yates just goes, you know what? You're right. Censorship is not a good thing, especially in the case of investigation. I'm just gonna...
You can just look away, detective.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Here's the folder. They're clipped in the back, and Joe, he hands you a thick manila folder. I'm just gonna turn this way. Think about my golden retriever.
Appreciate the content warning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so looking at these guts, would Lucius have like any he's the kind of person who has eaten many a thing. Does this look like this was out of a hunger? Does this look like it was out of some sort of like scientific, like, is there like a process, or are these like, it looked like somebody wanted the juicy bits on the inside and went for it?
It is difficult to say. Do you have a feature that lets you recall knowledge? I think you do, right?
So it's not necessarily to bring back knowledge, but I have I remember the taste of you, and that's when I first encounter an NPC or a faction to try and recognize them, but that's not really what this is. This would more just be using like an observing eye kind of thing.
From what you can see from the photo,
would this be considered grasping at a key?
if you would like to try and grasp for a key.
Or is it too early to grasp at keys? If it's too early to grasp at keys, that's totally fine. And I'll just need to find a fresher body when we get there.
I'm gonna say that if you want to go ahead and try and roll, I do have a key that I could fit into this for you.
I think I'm gonna wait, just because I don't want the clock to start moving. I feel like as soon as the die is rolled, then the timer begins, and that scares me.
Once you got boots on the ground over there, I'll begin my timers.
Okay.
Don't
Sounds
worry.
good.
There's multiple. And I will say for my players, this is a complexity 6 mystery, so you will have 4 parts to your clock. And I will move you over to that sheet. But yes, from what you can see from the images, there are no surgical cuts. This is the tearing of a body.
Okay.
It seems an awful lot like people are taking advantage of people that might not be missed.
Yeah, most criminals do. I think it's they're definitely missed, just not in a way that the local government will acknowledge. We'll say.
I would like to use a move, please.
Go for it. What move we doing?
Ashes to ashes.
Okay.
When you declare how the wisdom of your people may help in a situation, spend darkness tokens and roll. And so I'm thinking, perhaps we can... When my people were powerful and in control, before we were lost and scattered, we did things a certain way, and when things went sideways, and so I would like to, I'd like to roll for it. I'm gonna use one of the darkness tokens that I still have.
Okay.
And I'd like to roll. Perfect hit.
Perfect hit. Okay, and what do you get on a perfect hit?
So I can recall ancient knowledge. Asking the keeper a question, they'll answer it honestly and with great detail. And then I would also like to recognize signs of portent hanging over my fellow monsters to gain, so that each of you can get a darkest token. So the question I would like to ask is there any reason why these people aren't banding together to, like, as a community, to solve this problem?
Resources. These are not the monsters that can necessarily fight back in the way that you all can. These are the monsters that you are there to protect, that you are there to be justice for them. They don't have the sheer amount of power that would protect them from whatever is happening.
And then I'd like to sort of turn my eyes on the party and recognize signs of portent hanging over my fellow monsters. Each of you will gain a darkness token.
What's a sign of portent?
It's like an omen, or
an omen. Okay.
Just something that sort of gives us like a hint at what's ahead for each of us.
Okay.
I need to check something about how many darkness tokens a body can carry.
Okay. You look about. And hanging over Joe, you see a mirror bearing Joe's reflection, smiling out at you. Over Eden's head, you see the juiciest, shiniest apple. You have not seen one grown on this planet that looks as enticing as this one since you have arrived. And over Lucius's head, you see a lock. And from the lock, in the little, it's one of those old-timey locks. And from the center, where you would put the key, there is a trickle of darkness oozing out of it.
And I think Dynast is just going to take a note of that, not really saying anything,
Mm-hmm.
and just sort of saying, these people are vulnerable and it's up to us to help them.
Not here, they'll send us somewhere else, so we might as well go here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Although I do have to ask, while I'm totally fine doing the detective work, this relates to a door. Do we know anything about that?
Well, we think that given the unusually strong weather pattern for the time of year and the fact that these seem to be targeted murders, it could have something to do with the door. Hopefully not. Probably does. Usually when I say hopefully not, it usually ends up it ends up having to do with the door. But the psychics here at Division, they seem pretty confident that something is there that we need to deal with. That you all need to deal with, actually. They asked for you all by name, so. Yeah. You're muted, Joe.
Just as specifically us, is there?
Yeah, they said this team was the one that has to go. So.
Did they by chance happen to say why?
They did, but I don't have the clearance to unblock out that part of the file. And Joe, he will take that manila folder that is still in your hands and flip a few pages, and there are 2 full pages that have just been redacted. It is just nothing but white paper and large black bars going across it.
I'm going to assume that if the psychics called for us specifically, they saw that we were the ones who did it in the future.
Did what in the future?
Solve this case.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely made sure that this door does not open.
Yeah.
Could be.
I'd imagine that you need 2 pages to say that. So, when we going off?
Well, whenever you all are ready, your transport's ready. If you don't want to go yet, though, I have some slides of my dog that I put in on the end just as like a little palate cleanser.
I will
if you
see
would
you
like
all
to.
at the hangar.
Okay.
Just-
Okay.
What kind of dog though?
Oh, he's golden retriever.
All the best ones. Let me see some of those slides.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is when we went to the puppy park the other day. Here
Oh my
and
God.
Agent Yates is the kind of dog parent that has a hoodie that color coordinates with his dog's collar in every single photo. There is a photo of his dog's recent birthday party with a puppy cake and a bunch of other dogs sitting around a birthday table with hats on their heads.
Joe's genuinely gonna watch most of the slides, and once it's clear that it's time to go to the mission, he's gonna clap a hand on the shoulder and go, "When I inevitably cause the end of all things, I'll make sure that you and your pup get to go together."
Oh. Thanks.
I have a question for Joe.
Yes.
So they're staying throughout the whole slide, but when they show the doggy birthday party, where it shows like one dog in the middle and all of the dogs to the side, like looking in, is there like a little bit of just like, oh my God, it's that dog's last dinner? Like the dog's last supper kind of thing? Like, does that sink
The
in
last
at all?
pupper.
Last pupper!
Please tell me Agent Yates actually set up like a Last Supper type picture and completely forgot about it. Please give me that.
I'm gonna say that he inadvertently did, but did not intend
It's accidental
to.
renaissance.
Yeah.
Fantastic composition.
Thanks.
Reminds me of a dinner I had.
Oh yeah? Do you make puppy birthday cakes too? I can give you my recipe.
No, it wasn't a puppy.
Oh.
And then he's gonna say what he said before and then give him a kiss on the cheek.
You know, I am very flattered, but if you are looking to start something, you're going to have to go speak to HR about that. There are strict rules, especially with handler and team interpersonal relationships. Although, again, I am very, very flattered, Joe. Thank you. But I am going to go. I'm gonna go tell them that you're all on your way to the hangar. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
I'll see you at
Okay.
the end.
Okay, bye. Okay, yep. And Agent Yates awkwardly shuffles out with his folders and his papers.
The last pupper.
So you all head to the hangar next?
Yep. At least
Okay.
that's where I'm going.
Fantastic. Yes, you are all directed again to the hangar. Nessie waves you all goodbye. And as you are directed there, you complete several portal jumps, not as many this time, until you reach Division Base 0039, and a gelatinous humanoid greets you and ushers you into one of Division's many high-tech, does not technically exist jets. According to any government record, you will never see these mechanical plans on anything official, naturally. Is there anything that the party discusses on the plane on the way to their intended destination?
You're
muted.
Cannot hear, yeah.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah.
I think there's a weird delay.
Yeah, you're still a little quiet, but
Okie dokie. He's just gonna say you all really should have stayed for the slideshow of the puppies. It was adorable.
Dinus has started a new cross stitch.
yeah, there's something about golden retrievers that make me feel sick.
He showed me the pictures of the birthday party, and it's actually like a cross stitch of the birthday party. I've made my own pattern.
Oh, that's the one that you decided to cross stitch. Lovely.
That is very cute.
I figured his birthday's coming up, so I would have it done by then. Agent Yates, not the dog. The dog's birthday is already passed.
Yes, the dog's birthday is in February.
Lucius is just like, why do people know this about this dog? Like, I feel like every time Yates brings up the dog, he's like, I'm not a dog person. I'm not interested. No, thank you. Like,
Well, what kind of person are you?
I don't really like animals that much.
Don't know if I can trust someone that doesn't like dogs.
It's not that I don't like dogs. I just don't like golden retrievers. They are just this endless well of positive energy and happiness, and it really it ruins the flavor of literally anything else that you try and have for like a week. Like most people say, wet dog smell. That is like the palate version of a golden retriever. It just stays.
Of course, I forgot you're allergic to happiness.
Not allergic. I just it's not what I am personally here for. It's too sweet. I guess if I had to choose a dog,
Poodle. You're a
no.
poodle person. Short temper.
I would probably say a shepherd.
Snippy.
Large dog. Lots of. I need them
Irish
to have
wolfhound
points,
kind
pointed
myself.
nose, pointed ears.
Hmm.
Wow.
Boysoy.
And he just sort of like, I've never been asked what kind of dog he likes. So he's just like, what are dogs? What is a dog that I know? What is a dog I have seen before?
I personally feel like Lucius would have like an Irish wolfhound.
Something like
Oh,
that.
I can see that.
Something
Yeah,
large
something
that just looks like a
distinguished.
cranky old man.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh gosh. This conversation is absolutely delightful. Can someone roll me 1d4?
Oh no.
Here they go.
Dynast is 1, Eden is 2, Joe is 3, Lucius is 4.
I wrote a 3.
3? Okay, Joe, you're 3.
Oh crap.
So you all know that Sister Teresa is your contact in the Philippines, and she was once a human division agent, but she left the agency claiming to have found God. You know this is not true. Why did she really come back to the Philippines? And why are the two of you still close?
Ooh, this is tough. All right.
Mhm.
I think that she's been looking for more information on the prophecy
Mm-hmm.
to help delay the end of the world. And I think that the rules and regulations of the division was hampering her own individual research in doing that. I think that we're still close because Joe is a key component to the end of all things. So that's why she needs him around. And Joe can just kind of vent to her. Like she's got like that nun energy where you can just kind of let it all out. And she doesn't judge. So that's why Joe likes talking to her.
Okay. I love that. Roll me another d4.
Who's doing it? My hands are up. It's 3
Another
again.
3. Do you want me to roll that?
Let's reroll.
Okay.
2.
2? Okay, that is Eden. You were once here years ago, Eden. This location you're all going to, if not decades ago. How have things changed for the worst in recent years? Which of the Manananggal is waiting for you, eager for a reunion?
I mean, based on kind of the foundation that we've gotten with the different projects and everything that we know were here, I think when Eden was here last, couple decades ago, probably just out to see the world. This place looked a lot less dilapidated, a lot less rundown than it probably does now. Things were a lot shinier. There weren't as many cracks in the foundations or the pavement. And everything just kind of looked brighter, I guess. There's just kind of this dingier tint to everything now, even kind of just seeing in the background and the air. It's like the mood has just changed entirely. Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure who I would name this Manananggal. But I'd like to think, just based on how Eden can also kind of transform in her own way. They were good friends.
Okay.
Maybe they met over some type of like old social media management or something like that. I like to think that is like the early like navigations of a social media. The two of them connected at some point.
Yeah,
Eden made
let's
it over there.
Do you know them by their real name or by their username?
Oh, that's a
Ooh.
very good question. Yeah, like I would think their username would be like something like bat related. I don't know what though.
Acula
Bat.
PhD.
Dracula PhD.
No, Acula.
Acula. Okay.
Because then
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot.
Acula PhD.
They were in each other's top 5.
Yeah, you know Acula from your MySpace days back in the day. Fantastic. So it's not a long flight from where you were portaled to, and as you touch down on the roof of one of the aging residential buildings, you see city lights that burn brightly against a sunset sky, and rain pelts the exterior of your jet. Manananggal are waking up, and the delicious smell of food fills the air. Family members are calling to one another to eat breakfast in the distance. It's raining quite hard, and Sister Teresa is waiting alone. The wind's pushing against her umbrella violently, and her habit is caught in the wind, hiding most of her face. But she is there, waiting for you all.
Well, that's not to keep them waiting.
I feel like Lucius will open the umbrella and like extend it to Joe.
Oh. You're going to yank it as soon as we actually get in the rain, aren't you?
I would never do something so petty.
Okay. Well, in that case, you're just going to follow along as we go outside.
It's not that he pulls it away from you. However, it is the predicament of sharing an umbrella with somebody that's not really meant for two people. Like, he's holding it closer to him than it is you. So, like, your shoulder is still getting wet.
It's a struggle to keep the umbrella from flipping inside out. Division also really they went real cheap with the rain gear for some reason. They must have got these umbrellas in bulk, but you all struggle a little, just as Sister Teresa does with her own umbrella. But greeting you near the door, Sister Teresa, she, her, is a plump woman with knowing eyes and a cheeky grin. She appears to be in her late 20s with dark skin and round features. Her nun's habit is wrinkled and short, dark curls peek from under its edge. And the smell of cigarettes and whiskey swirl in the air around her despite the rain. And I will show Sister Teresa to you all.
Oh, she.
I love her.
She's
Happy birthday.
cute.
Happy birthday, Heck.
Sister Teresa quickly ushers you all in, walking down several flights of stairs and just, Joe, it's so good to see you. Oh, you look so good. Look at you. Oh, rocking the Division rain gear. Oh, and look, is that a Division lapel pin too? Oh, you look so handsome.
I have to make sure to rep the brand, and
Mhm.
you are doing the same, looking lovely as ever in your habit.
She slightly adjusts her very wrinkled habit. Oh, well, you know me. Just trying to lay low, do my job, and do my job. Right this way, everybody. I cannot wait to talk to you all. Most of the elevators are currently inoperable. The remaining ones, they'll stop between floors, so we're just going to take the stairs if that's okay with everybody.
Well, I think I can stand to go through a few steps. Really, I mean, if you're gonna let this much rain get on me, you might as well just keep the umbrella for yourself. Really, it's fine.
Well, if you insist. And he just pulls it closer to him.
Chihuahua. Anyway, we should continue on.
Sister Teresa leads you to an apartment that is humble and cramped. There's a crucifix and an old family photo in an ornate frame on the wall. A single newspaper clipping is on one of the tables with a headline that hints at a secret division mission previously completed by another team. Can I get anyone a glass of whiskey? I'll bring out the good stuff for my fellow for division agents, not fellow agents anymore, but here you go, everybody. Here, have a glass. And she pulls out several mismatched glasses for you all and offers you all a drink.
I'll take it. I'll accept.
Never
Sure.
gonna turn down a free drink.
All right. Yeah,
Water
she
for
will.
me, thank you.
All right. She will pass out glasses to those who want it, and she looks at you all and say, "Now, word hasn't gotten out about the murders yet." And she makes the sign of a cross and says, under her breath, a short little one-sentence prayer. The Manananggal of the apartments are still calm, but if the murders continue, I'll have no choice but to warn everyone and try to convince them to leave. Most of the monsters have nowhere to go, so leaving will just not be an option for many people here.
Well, we better find the murderer then and stop this.
Yes, that would be wonderful. I have collected some information for you all on the victims, and of course, there are some folks in the building that you can all go talk to one-on-one. They're aware of the situation, but they're keeping it quiet for me for now until you all could get here and help us out. Here they are, and she hands you a simple piece of paper with some names and information on it. The victims she has listed for you are Samantha Rees, she, her, a call center agent and aspiring novelist who had an on-again, off-again relationship with Emily Santos, one of the residents here. Lily Bautista, she, her, a volunteer nurse and activist who was best friends with Mickey Yap, another resident in the building, and Jin, he, him, a community leader and healer who was closest to Georgie. And I will make that information available to you all in the notes. Show to everyone. There you go. And listed there, you will also have the different locations of the building that you can explore as well.
Okay.
Now, there is another sister of the Church of the Broken Crucifix here. You will meet him as well. I believe he will be up shortly. Sister Dax. Rather gloomy fellow, but you know, it takes all kinds to make the big thing work and keep everybody safe. Let's see. Is there anything I'm leaving out? Oh goodness. Nope, I think that's it. Bottoms up. And she knocks back her own glass of whiskey.
Taking care of your habit while wearing the habit. I love it. I'm going to follow suit.
And she will clink glasses with you to that, Joe. Well, how are things at Division these days?
The usual, I'd say.
Thankfully, a little slow.
A little slow. Well, you know, no news is good news, as they do say. Let's see. Your first stop, you might want to stop first in the commune area. I believe some folks are setting up for a karaoke night, which should be rather fun, rather nice distraction. There's let's see, there's the rooftop gardens. Some folks may be hanging out there. If you would like to speak to, Elder Urduja, she is, or they are, the elder is usually found in the chapel. If you would like to check there. Lovely, lovely place, especially this time of year. Everything's in bloom in there. And at that moment, the door to the apartment opens, and in walks Sister Dax. Sister Dax, him, is another nun of the Church of the Broken Crucifix. Sister Dax is a pale young man who carries himself with a perpetually tired expression as he struggles to express positive emotions. Clad in a painfully clean nun habit, Sister Dax is dedicated and eager to prove himself. And I will show you all Sister Dax. And the lovely bags under Sister Dax's eyes.
Nice.
And he walks in and, oh, you're all here. Joy.
Joy indeed. I believe we were planning to head to the commune area. Would you care to join us, Sister Dax?
And Sister Dax pulls out what appears to be a large Bible-like tome and says, let's see, Section 3, Paragraph 6 of the Protector Code. It is our holy duty to serve the community and maintain peace. I believe social scripting Appendix E should work nicely. Admittedly, I have not had much practice in implementation. I would be delighted to escort you to the commune.
Wonderful. That's just so long as you're sure that the rules will allow it.
I think they will be sufficient. And Joe, Sister Teresa leans into you and covers her mouth. They mean well, but I worry about them sometimes.
I'll see if they can bring the fun out of our friend here.
Good luck. And my apologies. Dax's pronouns are he, they, not he, him. That was my bad.
Well,
Save changes.
just so you're all aware, I can tell you where the next murder will be.
Oh?
Oh, yes. You see, it's going to be in the communal room because there's karaoke, and I'm going to kill it.
Oh, Joe. You are such a comedian. Oh, always with the jokes. Oh, you really had me going there for a minute.
Oh, no, I'm just going to do very well singing. I won't murder anyone, I don't think.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't know how you all get any work done with such a comedian in your group. Oh, Joe, I have missed you.
I've missed you too. I've been spoiling my friends here with my comedy. Lucius can barely stand it.
Yeah, that is true. I can barely stand being around you.
Just gonna, just gonna wait for whoever's going to lead the way.
Lucius will do it.
Yeah.
Sister Dax looks at you all, and this has been a most delightful interaction. Follow me. And turns on their heel and walks out the door.
As they're walking, Lucius turns to Din. I like this one.
Seem very straightforward and to the point.
He's better than the doctor that we had to deal with in our last mission.
You mean the one that I cut the arm off of?
Yes, that one. They were so all over the place. It was difficult to try and get any sort of answer from them. But this guy, thems, I feel like, we can pressure if need to.
Let me know if I need to cut the arm off this one too.
Lucius nods. He will. It's like, yep, obviously. You never know.
This is for some reason on the table now. Just always.
I mean, it sounds about right for an Indoor Adventures production.
It's all fun and games, and someone loses an arm.
Somewhere there's a hole in this building written in Goblin, no hands. As Sister Dax leads you all through the building, Eden, you look around, and this building you were in it before. It was lovely to be in, but now the walls have yellowed. There is paper peeling off of them in the hallways. There are questionable stains on carpet that should have been replaced by whoever manages these buildings years ago, worn through to the subfloor in some sections. But you are led through the hallways to the largest common area in the apartments. The commune is bustling with activity as two people set up an impromptu karaoke night. Nearby, a janitor in stained coveralls swaps out full trash bags for fresh, empty ones. Someone roll me 1d4.
I'll do it this time.
Okay.
My finger was right over the button.
2.
Ew.
Are we doing the reroll thing or
Let's
no?
do a reroll.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get a 1 or a 4.
Another 2.
Well, I was going to say, if you assign somebody 1 and 2 and the other person 3 and 4.
That's fair. 1 and 2 is Dynast. 3 and 4 is Lucius.
Oh, that's a clever way to do it.
Okay, so Dynast?
Yeah. As you look about the commune, Dynast, what evidence do you see that the commune has been rebuilt numerous times? What is this area sorely lacking?
Ooh. I think that the walls have been patched over and patched over.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe there was water damage that came through here, burst pipes or something like that, and it's been spackled over and over again. And I think one of the things that's missing here is... can it be abstract?
Yeah.
In this commune area, I think it's mostly just like a gathering place out of necessity. So I think that in some ways care is missing from this place.
Okay.
Like it's a lot of it is just very slapdash put together in a way such that it is functional and not necessarily cozy.
Lots of band-aids.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down. You are welcome to approach any of the folks that are in here. Sister Dax will point out Emily Santos and Mickey Yap are the ones over there, and that is Georgie, our janitor. They do an adequate job. Is there more information you require?
No, I think that's fine. You're very to the point, aren't you?
The rules say that we are supposed to provide the information needed.
The information needed is important, yes. But I think that people might need more than just base information. Community.
And I'm sure that they will find it. But is it our job to protect the people here? Not to connect them. And with that, he pulls aside the side of his robes, and there is a revolver strapped to his thigh, and you can see the glint of a holy sword as well under there.
Fine weapon.
Thank you.
For all the good it's done.
You keep the people safe with that? Or
We do our
yourself?
best. We do our best to.
This is lively. I'm on the edge of my seat here.
It has been a delight to show you around.
Yeah, I can see it's all over your face.
The storyteller tries so hard not to laugh. Just gonna hang on. I'm just gonna
Do the
Draw a
John
frown.
Stewart thing and just like start making scribbles.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Yes, it's perfect.
This is gonna be our sister Dax because I cannot stop laughing at y'all.
Incredible. Okay, so I think at that Lucius is he wants to talk to Georgie. Wants to talk to the janitor because apparently he does an adequate job. That's a really weird thing to say, you know, when like bodies are piling up.
It was also Sister Dax. Like I feel like Eden, like once like Sister Dax like had stopped interacting with them, Eden would have like leaned over and been like, did anyone see them blink like once? One time?
It was very unnerving. For someone whose eyes look so tired, you'd think that they would rest in every once in a while.
I've met individuals like that. They are exhausted. It is quite exhausting being a pain in the ass all the time. Takes a lot of energy.
And I feel like Lucius is like walking away. Like you're just making like a pointed look at his back.
Just looking at Lucius the whole time he's saying
Yeah.
Love it. Lucius, you're approaching Georgie.
Yeah, I was gonna approach Georgie.
All right. Georgie Georgie's the apartment custodian. They have olive skin and long, straight hair pulled back in a loose ponytail. Their coveralls are stained with paint and oil. Their voice almost sounds like rust in the dark. And they're always crunching on some hard candy. Currently, they've got a lollipop in their mouth, and I will show you all Georgie. I love Georgie's artwork.
This guy parties. I can feel it.
100%.
And as you approach Georgie, they say, "Is there something I can get you? I'm sure Sister Teresa has only offered you whiskey and cigarettes. How about I put together a real meal for you later? You staying for long?
Hopefully not too long, all things considered. The only thing.
Have you tried adobo?
I
make the best adobo in the apartments. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
I am sure that you do. I was hoping, if anything, that I could get a moment of your time.
Sure. A moment. 5, 10, 15 minutes. What you need?
Just enough to hopefully answer some questioning that we have. Are you aware of the disappearances?
I am aware. A good friend of mine was one of the one of those who is no longer with us.
I see.
Drink it, buddy. Yeah.
My condolences.
Yeah.
So, did they? I mean, I know that you are. You look like the handyman around here. Did they make you clean up after that?
No, I didn't. They called someone else in who took care of. Yeah, that's
Not your job
I
description.
just no. No, I just empty the garbages.
I do apologize if this brings up any sort of rough memories. Where exactly was your friend discovered?
I found him. He was the roof garden. It was the roof garden. Yeah.
Must begin.
What was that?
Must begin, or the individual who passed.
Yeah, he was. We've been friends nearly our entire lives. We had been friends. But yeah, no. He was pretty great. Not all of the Manananggal like us. I'm not Manananggal. I'm a Duende. But Georgie was cool. 100 years ago, we were mortal enemies. But that's all. It's all in the past.
And
really good card player. Really good card player.
I hate to divert from your. You said that you were a duende.
Yeah.
If you will excuse my ignorance, I am not exactly sure what that means.
We're not that far off from the Manananggal. We don't separate our halves.
Okay.
We still shapeshift. That's the thing we have most in common. It's the shapeshifting.
And other than the disappearances, have you noticed any new people, other than, of course, myself and my friends showing up here, that you have that you've seen in the general area, New Manananggal? Anyone sort of poking their eyes around? Nobody usually. From what I've seen in movies and media, nobody usually will look at the janitor past what their job is and may talk a little freely. Is that happened around you?
Everyone knows everyone in the building. As far as new people, well, there is a new human who won't leave.
Is it the sister?
No, Franklin something or other. White kid from Iowa. Really annoying. Has a weird bun on the top of his head.
Oh God.
Oh, it's
Constantly,
one of those.
Yeah, he goes around sticking his camera in everyone's faces, and we just be nice if he left, you know.
Yeah, I could see that. Look, I'll see if I can make him uninterested in staying here for you all.
That'd be fantastic.
And he'll like pat Georgie on the shoulder. He feels sufficient in investigating Georgie.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else have questions for Georgie?
Georgie, do you know why we're here?
Well, I'm assuming that you're here to support Sister Teresa in figuring out what's going on here.
Yes.
Usually that's why Division sends people in.
All right. Well, I just wanted to check to see how much you were aware of. Now, if there's anything that you can recall at all in regards to the death of your friend.
Look, I already did the question. Everything should be in the report that Sister Teresa gave you all. I really can't think of him like that. I really that the worst day of my life is finding him there. And as he says that, you see the tears welling up in Georgie's eyes as he starts to break down crying.
I would like to reveal my heart.
Okay.
How to do this here. That's a 10.
Okay.
A perfect hit. And with that, he's just gonna say, look, I lost a good friend of mine once, too. And I'm sure that you told everything that you can think to tell the first time you were interrogated. But if for any reason there's anything you omitted, if there's anything that you feel that you may have done that may have contributed to the death of your friend, we're not here to judge. We're here to avenge. And I would want someone to do that for me with my friend.
Yeah, well, pal, if I think of anything else, I'll let you know, okay?
Cool. Now, I think we're all in agreement that there's a man bun we would like to rip off.
Good luck. And go ahead and would you like to gain a bond with this person? Soothe your heart and clear a condition.
I will gain a bond with George.
Okay.
I think that might come in handy later.
Okay. Sounds good. You now
Dynast
have.
is-
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say, finish your thing.
Oh, I said that you now have a bond with Joe.
Woo!
Or with George. Sorry.
Dynast is now sort of wandering around the room,
Mhm.
like looking from thing to thing, and I would like to search for clues and grasp at keys
Okay. Go ahead
in this room.
yeah, go ahead and roll.
Okay. I'm not gonna spend any darkness tokens on this.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
And while
It's a
you're
disaster
rolling-
success though.
Ooh. A disaster success.
Yeah.
What was the roll?
It was a 12.
A 12. Okay.
Double
For those
sixes.
for those listening who didn't join us for our first mystery, this game is about players maintaining control. So the players are trying to roll between an 8 and a 10. They can spend darkness tokens before their roll to attempt to affect their rolls. If they go below that, they basically fail the roll. If they go above that, they've overpowered. And in this case, this is a whoopsie poopsie.
You uncover a key, but there's a significant complication, cost, or fallout. The keeper will tell you what it is.
Okay. Significant cost or fallout.
Complication, cost, or fallout.
Okay. You see graffiti on the wall. But in order to read what the full graffiti says, you have to tear away at parts of the wallpaper that has been put up to cover it.
I think
And-
without even thinking, Dynast is just going to rip at it.
And the two people setting up the karaoke machine begin yelling at you to stop what you're doing. But as you pull it away, you see graffiti announcing both redemption and punishment are imminent. I will add that key to your list.
Thank you.
Text. Add.
How long has this been here?
Been here as long as I've struggled to copy and paste it. What do you mean, how long has it been there? It was
Oh,
just
I mean-
there. One of the folks comes over to you after abandoning setting up the
Karaoke
mu-
machine.
karaoke. I was going to say music box. And that was wrong. After setting up, abandoning the karaoke machine. And they are Emily Santos. Emily, she, her, has shocking purple hair cut at odd angles, soft eyes that glow red in the dark, and intricate tattoos proudly displayed on her legs. She's short with ruddy dark skin, and I love this artwork, so I'm gonna share it with you all.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
She cute, though.
she is. And after yelling at you, Emily comes over, and it's almost like you watch a switch happen, and her customer service voice kicks in. I'm sorry, is there something that I can help you with today?
I just wanted to know how long the graffiti's been here.
I would totally love
I'm-
to answer. Go ahead.
Sorry for tearing it down the wallpaper. It's just I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm here to help.
I understand where you're coming from. and I would love nothing more than to assist you in this. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for today that I can help you find? I'd be happy to direct you to someone else as well if it's not within my purview.
Well, I'm here with the sisters.
Oh, are you like becoming a nun too?
No, I was called by them to help assist in the problem that you're having. And I admit that what I did was a little bit heavy-handed, and I should have asked for permission before just tearing.
Yeah, but you know what? The customer is always right, so I'm sure it's going to be fine. And I don't know, like someone will fix it. You're here to investigate what's been going on?
Yeah. Yes.
Have you found anything so far?
Well, sort of gestures to the graffiti. This might be important. Have you ever thought of painting over it? Like a mural. Might brighten up the room.
Well, I'm not really artistically inclined in that manner, but I'm sure that we could reach out to someone with that specific set of skills.
You aren't, but you have such pretty markings.
Oh, thank you. I hired someone to do these for me. I did not do them myself.
Oh. It's just I have a friend that has similar markings, but I think that she just did them themselves.
Yeah,
Come to think of it, I think they've just always been there.
oh, well, mine haven't. They were put on me by someone else. I'm happy to get you a referral. If you would like the number, I can look it up for you and write it down.
Oh, no, thank you. But the artwork is very pretty. Perhaps you might be able to commission them to help with. Again, I'm sorry. And then D.I.V.I.S.I.O.N is going to retreat.
I need to end this call. I mean, I need to go too. Bye. Okay. And they adjust their sweater and go back to setting up the karaoke machine.
I think I'm going to sidle up to Eden and say I might have made an enemy for life this day.
Oh, I don't think it was that bad.
She sounded nice, but at the same time, she sounded very angry.
Oh, that's just customer service.
There was an undercutting of passive aggression, and I don't know how to handle that.
Yeah, kind of the opposite of Sister Dax, huh?
Did someone put your markings on you?
Some of them, not all of them.
Okay.
It really did fool them, though.
They're also very pretty. And then D.I.V.I.S.I.O.N is going to write down about the graffiti, make a note. There's graffiti.
What do you think that could mean? Redemption and punishment.
There's a lot of self-flagellation things that can happen with certain religious connotations. Some people do like to punish themselves as a form of redemption, and is going to sort of subtly look at Joe.
Don't put me in this. I have nothing.
I didn't mention you by name, but
I mean, it was very obvious. I don't do the whole redemption thing. I'm gonna walk away now.
And as you say that, Joe,
Oh no!
there is a blood-curdling scream that comes from somewhere in the building as the clock ticks forward 1. And this is where we will go to break.
Oh, that's a really good spot to go to break,
It
but I
is.
need to know what's happening. We need to... Yeah! I want to be back as fast as possible, but I know that we got to stretch. 2 breaks, all those things. We're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see all of you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon.
Why?
We're back. I think. Yes, we are. Hello, everybody, and welcome. We are back from our break. The clock has just ticked, and we heard a blood-curdling scream from upstairs. Sarah, take us away.
Yeah. You heard a scream from somewhere in the building.
I would like to run after that scream.
Okay.
In its general direction.
Yeah, you can run in the general direction of murder and mayhem. That is totally cool with me. You run through the building, and you come across a hallway. And at the end of the hallway, there is a door that is ajar. And approaching the door as well is Sister Dax, sword drawn, about to push it open.
I'll let them.
Okay.
And if anything, they would probably hear me rushing down, and I'll wave them, of just hey, we're coming.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll follow suit.
Yeah. Sister Dax puts a finger to their lips and then pushes the door open. And you all enter into an abandoned apartment. It is quiet and empty. There's yellow stains on the walls where outlines mark where pictures once hung long ago. The air is stale and musty. Light coating of dust is on the windowsills, and the curtains are closed, their fabric faded with age. Someone roll me a d4.
I'll do it. I haven't rolled a d4 today.
Actually, you know what? You haven't answered anything, so let's just go with you by default.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sure.
Because I think this would be a fun question to hear from Lucius. What here makes your skin crawl, but invites you to come closer?
Mold.
Yeah.
But specifically, it is mold that seems to be leaching out of a wall. But its properties, as far as mold goes, because there are various types of mold. There's the pink slime mold that appears in places with high humidity that are often cold. There is a black mold that's more of an enclosed moisture. But then there's an organic matter kind of mold where it has that almost white fuzz and green base to it. I imagine that it is mold that is similar to that's growing near where those yellow stripes are.
Okay. And you approach it?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's unusual. It is... The air is damp and musty with the rain recently outside. But it's almost like you see a webbing pattern from this mold. And it's intriguing. And as you all move through the rooms, opening the doors one by one, there is not another person in this apartment. And once you've cleared all of the rooms, Sister Dax will open the curtains of one of the windows to get more light in. and they will inform you all that they were in this hallway. They heard the scream. It came from here. But this apartment's been empty for decades. People just refuse to move in.
And the screaming, is that common?
No. The screaming is new. I should log it for Sister Teresa.
I think Lucius is going to go up to, because it looks like a network, right? Like a network of this like mold
Yeah.
that's going. He wants to see if it has an epicenter, like if there's like a central hub where this is coming from, or if anything, not to find like the central hub, but like where this is leading from.
Okay. Would you like to grasp at a key?
I would. Yeah, I'll grasp at a key.
All right. Let's see that roll.
And okay, so, all right, I need to, I need to look at a thing real quick. So I currently have 6 darkness tokens. So in order to not risk becoming darkness, I need to spend at least 2 darkness tokens on this grasping of keys. So I think because I can only spend a max of 3, I am going to spend 3. And let's try and grasp a key.
Fingers crossed for low dice numbers.
No, disastrous success.
Okay. Okay.
Holy smokes, that's a 13.
You do have a disastrous success as you reach out towards this mold, this network, this webbing. It almost appears as if in a spot it's moving. And as your hand comes closer to kind of figure out what that movement is, the wall behind it begins to crumble away, and streaming forth is an infestation of insects clicking and hissing, and they are coming towards your hand. They are leaving trails of blood and gore in their wake as they come out of this wall, and it just disintegrates. What do you do with this wave of newfound friends?
So I would like to so he has the power of corrupting touch. So as they like wave over him, I imagine that he's just sort of like devouring them in turn. But like they need to get on him to touch him to do that thing. So it's like, again, like where like in movies where they always have the like wave of Madagascar hissing cockroaches and all that, like just a big like I don't want that bug. Like Lucius has to let them onto him to be able to use his power of a corrupting touch.
It's an icky time. And that wall continues to crumble, and they continue to pour forward.
I'm just gonna nudge Sister Dax and just go, Chihuahua. Do we see anything from the other side of the crumbling wall?
You see Lucius getting a meal. But if you would like to explore more of this apartment, it has all of the typical apartment accoutrement for a 2-bedroom apartment. You're welcome to start looking around.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I'll grasp for keys.
Okay, let me just cross that one off. Go ahead and make your roll. You spend any darkness tokens?
Well, let's see how much darkness do I have right now? I'm just sitting at a nice cool 3, so I won't be using any darkness tokens.
Okay.
Oh, I shoulda. I missed. I fired, then I missed. Um.
You
On
may
a.
choose to mark ruin if you still want to uncover a key.
Oh, how much ruin do I have right now?
Mhm.
I have 2. When do things start getting frosty with ruin again?
When you, what's your a ruin track is 5, 5 or
Yeah.
6?
5, and then you get a ruin advance, and
Mm-hmm.
then it
Okay.
resets.
Yeah. I'll take that one. So I'm at 3 ruin now.
Okay. Okay. You, let's see. Gosh, what does Joe find? It would help if I didn't scroll right past all of the keys for this. You find this one's perfect for Joe. Joe, you find an obscene amount of money hidden away in a dresser drawer, torn into small pieces and laid out within the drawer in an odd pattern. They're all torn, circular, and coin-like.
Well, um, do you know anything about this, sister?
Know anything about? Oh, I know that that's money.
Do you know why it would be in this apartment that no one has been in for some time, if I recall your words correctly?
Likely to be hidden.
Do you have any idea who might be hiding this?
They shrug their shoulders at you.
Can I try a new power that I have?
Sure.
Okay, so from our last adventure, we got enough XP to get uh uh a level up, and with
Mm-hmm.
mine, I selected a new power of darkness,
Okay.
which is emotion amplification.
Okay. Are you trying to amplify Sister
I
Dax's emotions?
Yeah, well, first off, I want to see if I can figure out what emotion Dax is feeling, and then I want to crank that bad boy up to 11.
Okay. I'm going to tie this into the result of your last roll as
Okay.
well. Is
Ooh,
there a
it's
roll associated with this one?
uh, I'm guessing it would probably be not power through darkness, but torn between, I guess. Oh no, it's unleash the dark.
It's an Unleash the Dark? Okay.
All right, so I'll go ahead and unleash the. Oh, that's what I'm assuming it is because it is unleashing my power. So give me just a
Okay.
second here, and I'll find that in between power through darkness. Here it is, unleash the dark. Yeah, oh God, what pro twist?
That's free experience, man.
How?
How does
Hacking
this
XP?
Okay, but it says on a miss, stuff happens. 1 second. On a miss, the keeper will describe the desperate position you find yourself in.
Okay. Let me just add this key to your sheet here for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Desperate position you find yourself in.
Yep. Oh, hey, Mr. Rogers.
You've been feeling pretty good since seeing all of those dog photos.
Mm-hmm.
But as you reach out to Dax, you feel an intense apathy, a numbness, a it's not even, it's something beyond the despair you feel as an immortal. It takes you darker and deeper. Why does it? Is this what it's like to just not feel your pain anymore? And suddenly, as you come to that realization, the despair you feel grows because you know you cannot attain that for yourself.
I think Joe's actually gonna stumble backwards away from Sister Dax. Like I think I get Lucius a little bit now, and I hate it.
Did you trip on something?
Yeah, I'm gonna say he stumbled backwards. He just tripped over the money he found.
Sister Dax looks at you and nods. You should watch where you step.
What is wrong with you? Excuse me, everybody. Apologies.
When you say excuse me, everyone, apologies, like Lucius will turn and he's just covered in blood and viscera and dead bugs. And like you'd think he just like takes out a like a napkin or something, like a cloth, and just sort of like wipes his face down.
Yeah, he would have like a pocket square or something.
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
he? He's like absolutely one of those people.
A nice handkerchief.
Mhm.
It's embossed. It has his name in it. Or at least
So
like an
the
element.
wall-
Absolutely monogrammed.
Yeah, the wall is crumbled in completely, right? Like we can see through to whatever was on the other side.
Yeah. It was like an entryway hall, so it's crumbled and there's just kitchen appliances on the other side.
Is it like leading into another apartment?
No. It's just there, you know how like when sometimes you walk into apartments, how like they have that awkward hallway and then
Oh,
like there'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
a door into the kitchen. On the other side of that is what you're
Gotcha.
seeing now.
Sister Dax, and they continue to like wipe down their face. Of all of the strange and mysterious creatures that occupy this establishment, are there any that are able to turn into multitudes of things or are able to control multitudes of things? Like a Pied Piper sort of situation.
No. There are not.
Okay. That being said, you said that this place has not been occupied in some time. Are you able to confirm that no one has been squatting here in the meantime, like turning into a mouse running through the walls?
No, we do not normally patrol in the apartments themselves.
Understood.
I think at this point, Eden, if there are any of these little bugs left crawling around, I feel like there's no way Lucius got all of them, right? I don't know.
No, just the ones that were touching him. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I feel like Eden would have just like kind of picked one up and just like had it in the palm of her hand, and just thinking like, okay, well, where could you have come from? And I would like to use one of her powers. Which is creature affinity, to kind of direct how, if she can discern any type of pattern that they came from in the building. Are they coming from a source somewhere, or are they just like centralized to this wall and this was just kind of a random accident?
Is there a roll?
Or
is it just
well,
a thing you
it's
can
just
do?
it's one of the it's just one of like the powers under like, you know, like in the character creation. So it's
Okay.
like, I'm not sure if you would want that just to be like grasping for
If-
keys or what.
No, if it's just a thing that you can do, it's just a thing that you can do.
Oh, okay, great.
So you go and you look this over, and it does seem that they trail off into the walls elsewhere, but there's no discernible path. This is most likely just where they had decided to nest.
I guess they were undisturbed for quite a while. Well, it's very strange to hear a scream from an abandoned apartment. Is there like, I think like Edith is gonna like be trying to like retrace any steps that like she's even kind of imagining in her mind of like someone who might have been here, or multiple people that might have been here. Then she thinks about, you know, the monsters that do live here. A lot of them can fly. So she's gonna go over to where the window was. It's like, are there any marks on the sill that might have, that might lead us to think that someone went out the window? Or
Would you like to grasp for a key?
I would love to grasp for a key. Here you are. I'm not sure how I'm gonna be rolling yet, so I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna do it and we're gonna see what happens. Perfect hit.
Awesome. You go over to the window and you hear something from outside. The window is locked, but you can hear faintly someone say, "You will be the first to bear my wings. What will you give in exchange, my love?" And the sound seems to be coming from somewhere above where you currently are. And with that, the clock advances 1.
Oh.
In addition, the key that you find as you listen with your ear pressed against the window, trying to discern where that sound is coming from, your phone steps on a smashed cell phone on the ground. And as you pick it up and look at it, it is full of desperate and angry text messages.
Do we see what they say?
There is not something, not specifically, but you are able through the cracked screen to get bits and pieces of the phone numbers and a lot of angry emojis, words sent in all caps, although the sentences are fragmented. The inference can be made that this was not a pleasant conversation to be having via text message. The vibes are off.
Was the messaging in English or was it in Tagalog?
We'll say it's in English.
Okay.
It doesn't specify on this.
Also, with what we heard coming from upstairs, was that everyone that heard that or just Eden?
It was, you probably heard something muffled happening above you, but Eden would be the only one to clearly hear what was said.
Okay. In that case, if nobody minds, I'd like to have Joe go to make his way up the next floor to the apartment above.
Okay. As you begin moving up to the next floor, you do not enter to more apartments. You enter to the rooftop. Let me switch over to that. The roof is packed with every imaginable plant that could be used for cooking up here. Medicine, anything practical. In a far corner, a white dude with a man bun has his back to you. He's using a cell phone and a selfie stick to record a video with the garden as his background. Did anyone else go up with Joe?
I probably would have followed up just to see who's talking up there.
Okay. One of y'all roll me a D2. We'll see who gets the question here. We'll say that Eden is 1 and Joe is 2.
It's a me.
It's a you.
Permission to treat the NPC as hostile, Your Honor.
Well, after this, Sister Teresa has a strange project up here in the garden, and you clock it instantly, Eden. What is it?
I think something interesting would that it would have in addition to a bunch of imaginable plants and stuff is to add like some type of like fungal project, have a bunch of mushrooms or something like that. Whether symbiotic or not. Just have a bunch of random fungal things growing as well. She clocks that because some of these things are not like the others.
Okay. We got some fungus among us.
Feel like it kind of fits for Sister Teresa to be making some shrooms.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that another reason why Joe and Sister Teresa?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she wanted to help me find God, but we decided to take a shortcut.
It's the speed dial. Yeah. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, what would y'all like to do?
I'm immediately making my way to the man bun.
Okay. You see the human who you were told his name is Franklin. He, him. This is a aspiring celebrity backpacker, painfully sunburned and has his strawberry blonde hair pulled up in a messy man bun. Clad in a striped shirt, cargo shorts, and Chaco sandals, he looks every part the social media travel vlogger wannabe. I will share his photo.
Oh,
This-
of course he has a picture.
This sunburn looks so painful to me.
His last name is Wolf.
It's also Franklin with a Y for
With
all
a
of you
Y,
at
that's
home.
what I'm saying.
That vampire
Ugh.
tattoo, though.
No.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh, you want to talk about the yin yang on the ankle with the
Oh.
sun rays around it?
Beautiful.
All the bracelets.
Oh, the tribal tattoo on the arm.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We all hate him.
I bet it doesn't even connect. He got to the painful part and he was
He
like,
got,
no.
yeah, he got to this part and was just like, nah, tapped out.
I'll come
They
back
won't
later,
see it
bro.
anyway.
Usually I feel bad when I'm meeting the NPCs. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to enjoy every inch of this.
Go for it. Be mean to me. I'm ready for it. I'm bracing. Let's do it. But yeah, you see Franklin just trying to get that perfect selfie.
Excuse me, friend.
Oh, hey, what's up?
We were investigating the apartment just under the roof. Did you happen to hear any screaming?
Screaming? No, nothing but the sounds of my awesome fans. And he's like he's doing like awkward peace signs into the camera. Don't worry, I'm not live. You want to go live with me? That would be like super cool. Are you like
Absolutely not.
one of the people who live here?
No.
Ah,
Are you one of the people that live here?
I mean, like, no, but I am here to like experience the Philippines, you know?
What if the Philippines doesn't want you to be experiencing it any longer?
I mean, then I'd probably run out of money. Go home. But I got plenty of that. So like travel's still on.
Yeah, yes. Have you heard anything about people being murdered these last few weeks?
I mean like you talking about like the monsters that live here?
Monsters.
Yeah. Like I've been trying to get them on camera because like I would totally go viral if there was just like half a person flying away, you know? But like they don't want to like talk to me. But like look, you are looking like you are so camera ready, buddy. So like I'll follow along, take notes, and like you could be like the hero, and like I'll just be like the documentarian. I've heard this rumor, and like, do they like eat human food? Because I heard they didn't from locals.
I'm just gonna look at Eaton with like almost a I'm sorry kind of look.
Actively cringing on the inside.
And then gonna look back at Franklin. Well, the truth is, and I'm not supposed to tell anybody this, but you seem like a swell individual, so I think you can keep a secret. Can you keep a secret, Franklin?
I can totally do that.
All right. There are monsters walking among us. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Oh, some monsters don't want to be recorded. They want to remain secret. But other monsters, they love the camera. Did you know that?
Really? Like, where can I find them?
See, that's the thing. They find you. And
Really?
I'm going to slowly take off my glove.
That's totally cool. Like, I think it's important that your story gets told. And I'm totally like the person to do it, you know? Like, my followers will absolutely love this. How about we do a quick live stream, huh?
You know what? That would be great, but just 1 second, and I pull the glove all the way off, and it's just a silver clawed hand.
Did you get that at a cosplay shop?
Would you like to know where I got it?
Yeah, because like I'm seeing like this girl and like she's super into cosplay. So like if I brought that home, I'd be set.
You see, a couple of centuries ago, I betrayed a prophet, and I was sent to hell, and my punishment was that molten burning silver was placed on my hand for all eternity, and then I was brought back to walk the earth to be the harbinger of the end of the world. Isn't that wacky?
That is a story. Like, do you like want to go somewhere quiet? And like we could like start a podcast. Like if you're not comfortable with streaming, like we could do it off camera.
What would we call
Hell
it?
yeah.
We would call it
My friend from hell. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. High five. And then I'd like to grab the phone.
Go ahead.
Do I need to roll it?
Let's call this. Let me check my reference doc. Because I feel like there should be a move attached to this. Let's see what we got in the basement.
What, to just yeet the phone off the building?
If you want to use your power, there is Unleash the Dark.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
Unleash the Dark is what? When you enforce your will on somebody physically, socially,
Yeah.
or emotionally.
Yeah, you can use that to get what you want from them as one of the options.
Okay, well when I do that, I automatically get 3 darkness tokens.
Ooh. You wanna try it? You wanna do that roll? Okay.
Yeah, and that's gonna put me at 6 darkness tokens. So I'm gonna spend 2 of them
Okay.
on this roll.
I'm loving all the darkness tokens we're spending tonight.
We kind of have to, or we're going to bring about the end of the world. It seems right that Franklin would cause something like that to happen. Oh,
It's the
disastrous success!
Disastrous success.
It says your control falters and you go too far. Choose one, but the keeper describes the unintended consequence. So, what I'm going to choose is to gain the upper hand, which is just grabbing the phone.
Okay. You grab the phone. However, as you do it, it's a touchscreen. And you didn't realize that the recording was still going. And it is now on Facebook. I normally like edit them before like I post stuff, but like that's cool too. Can I have that back?
Do you know anything about the missing? In fact, one moment. I'm gonna dangle the phone over the roof. Do you know anything about the murdered individuals?
I know that they're dead.
How did you know that they are not human?
So like I've kind of been like hanging around here for a while because like I figured I could just do like you know how like people will like go to folks on the street and like they'll be like, here, have $100, like, and like they'll film it and like put it up on the internet, and then people like get that big warm like happy feeling and like they comment and like there's a whole lot of engagement about it. Like I was gonna do that, but like they didn't want my money and I thought that was really weird. So like I just kind of like stuck around, and then one night I saw this like cute girl with purple hair just like go out the window, but like half of her body was gone, and I was like, that's weird. And also she had wings, but then I saw her the next day and she had legs again. So like 2 + 2 = 4.
I'm genuinely surprised you got that right. All right, Franklin. You're gonna leave these people alone. In fact, I think you're gonna go somewhere else soon. I would like, and this is only if it's okay with you, I would like to go to his banking app and like use his face to access it.
Okay.
And I'm going to send the money over to me.
You're gonna enter your banking information to this guy. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna give him his phone back and I'm gonna go, and you don't have any money, so I guess the Philippines have told you it's time to go.
That's like super shady.
I'm a super shady guy.
Whatever. This is so not the vibe. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Can I have my phone? Snatches it out of your hand. Hope you step in a puddle.
That oh, okay.
I don't think that's necessary. Like, I don't think that's necessarily a tall order in a place that experiences this weather. But okay.
Look, man bun is not smart, okay?
I truly felt like he was doing his best just then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Division's
bun
not
is
gonna
no
have
gun.
It's not often that I can visibly see the entire thought process on a person's face, but I really did, I think, with everything that he said.
I was going to kill him, but then I realized that would be a mercy. So
I suppose that's one way to look at it. That got that video got posted, didn't it?
yeah, Division's gonna have to work up a new identity for me again. And I was starting to get used to Joe.
Yeah, I think you're gonna stay with another J name or mix
Well,
it up a little.
I was considering John, but I knew like John and he's an
Mm,
asshole, so I might go with Jacob from the old stories.
that could work. That also has a shorter name, Jake.
But Jake kind of feels like it would belong more to somebody like him. He just watches
Yeah.
Franklin walking off.
True.
I don't think Franklin had anything to do with the murders, but I don't like the fact that he knew about the identities of the people here. You think the two downstairs figured anything else out?
I mean, maybe. There's still people up here talking. I could hear them through the window. I did want to take a look.
You heard people. I was only able to hear a muffled voice, and I figured it was our douchebag friend.
It didn't sound like Franklin at all, right?
No, it was a woman's voice.
No, it's definitely a woman. It was something to the effect of them giving their wings and asking what this other person they were talking to would give in return. Don't really know what that means.
He did mention seeing, I believe it was Emily, purple hair, flying out of the window.
Mm-hmm.
You think it may have been her?
Maybe. It could have been a lot of people that can fly out windows, though. This is an apartment building full of them.
I don't think there are that many with purple hair.
True.
And as you say that, you're looking down these rows of the rooftop garden, and you essentially have the view, Eden, over Joe's shoulder of the aisle that you all were just in. And as you look down this aisle past Joe, you see a female figure covered in black veils walking past the end, turns, their face obscured by the veils, to point at you all, and then continues walking and is once again obstructed from your view. With that, let's switch over to the other two and see what y'all are up to.
Yeah, sure. So they heard noise and both went running. Lucius is like covered in goo. Is Sister Dax still here? Or did they leave?
Sister Dax is still with you unless you want them to continue patrolling the building.
Sister Dax, you mentioned a chapel.
Yes.
Would you mind showing me?
This way.
Yeah, I think Lucius will tag along. He was also going to ask about the chapel, so I'm glad that Din did. And he is there just sort of like trying, as they're walking, just like trying to clean all of the bug goo from him. And he comes up to Din. Where do you think they ended up going off to so quickly?
Well, it couldn't have been far. It's an apartment building. There's only a certain number of places they could have gone.
That's
I
very
think I did
fair.
hear them going upstairs, so
I mean, all that's upstairs is the rooftop garden.
that's most likely where they'll be.
If they need us, they all know where to find us. Or at least know where to call.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, Lucius will give, like, one last look at the room that they're in. It is odd, though, isn't it? I mean, a ghost
Considering
can haunt
insects,
and... No,
screams.
the insects, maybe. I mean, I feel like, if anything, the people here could learn a thing or two about from these insects. If they have seen the movie Bug's Life, they will know that it takes all of the ants to stand up against the grasshopper. It is basically Seven Samurai, but for children.
I haven't actually watched that movie. Perhaps I should put it on my list.
I've
watched Ants, though.
It's very far separate from the movie Ants. That would be the equivalent of watching Small Soldiers because you like Toy Story. That being said, I think the chapel is probably where we will find at least some form of further information here. And maybe they have a place where I can at least brush off some of this viscera.
That might be a little bit less concerning for people that are living here. Just on the off chance, as we're walking down the hallway, would we be able to have bumped into a dude with a man bun?
You likely see him exiting the building as you are going down to the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a rather huffy white dude with a man bun exiting the building. If you'd like to stop him, you can.
I'm just going to see the sort of expression on the white dude with the man bun's face and just sort of look at Lucius and be like, Joe?
Yeah, that seems like something Joe is capable of. Well, if he's walking away and in good spirits, I'm assuming Joe is fine.
Seems rather upset. Definitely, Joe. We're walking towards this chapel. I think, Sister Dax, what brought you to the Order of the Broken Crucifix?
What brings everyone else? I wanted to serve and protect the people who needed it. Provide them a liaison to the human world when they need it.
As I've asked someone to tell me of their past, I'm going to take 2 darkness tokens.
Go for it.
And sister, is this... you are still looking to the book for guidance and the rules, the lay of the land. Have you been a sister long?
No, not as long as others, but long enough. It's important that we follow our instructional text.
It is, but it's not everything.
What happens if you don't?
I would assume someone eventually would get mad at me. It's important to file your paperwork in the proper order.
I agree.
It says so right here. And this tome that looks like a Bible, Sister Dax flips open to a bookmark page, and it's actually essentially their instruction manual called the Protector's Code that the Sisters of the Broken Crucifix use. It's like their it's kind of like their employee handbook. What you all would have, similar to something you all would have received from Division, instructing you on protocol for reporting in, how to work with your handler, how to drive a stick shift.
Fair enough.
File your taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and I think, Lucius doesn't have much to contribute on the way to the chapel.
Mhm.
Just sort of like
Yeah.
taking in the surroundings.
Yeah. And you see more people congregating around the karaoke machine. A few folks are starting to step up and sing. And Sister Dax will lead you past that, further into the building on the first floor to an almost courtyard-like area, still walled in. But he opens the door, and as he does, he says, "I'm going to continue my rounds, but you'll find the chapel through here."
If you see our compatriots, just let us know. Let them know where we went.
I will tell them you went to the chapel. And Sister Dax turns on his heel and walks away. And as you enter through this door, the chapel doesn't look like anything you were expecting. It's open air, full of beautiful flowers and several cozy areas built for reflection and meditation. In one of these meditation spots at the far end, you see a person, older, sitting on a stone bench with their eyes closed and their head tilted back, their hands resting on top of a wooden cane. Y'all roll me a d2. Lucius is 1. Din is 2. What was it?
It was
2? Okay. Din, you are very much attuned to holy artifacts. There is a holy artifact of the broken crucifix stored away within this chapel. What is it?
I think it's the bench that the old man is sitting on.
Okay.
And it's not that anything about it is particularly blessed or holy. I think it's mostly the material that it's made from. The stone, like the simple stone, was probably pulled from some place of power.
Okay.
And I think this entire place has similarly carved stones with that same sort of aura.
Okay. Yeah. You see this person sitting there on top of a holy artifact as though it's just any other bench in a park. It smells delightful here if you enjoy the scent of flowers. Very aromatic. Eden would love it here. Where do you go first?
Hello, sir. We don't mean to intrude.
The person at the end of the way opens their eyes. This is Elder Urdua. They are a soft-spoken person with eyes that could turn cold steel in the dark. And they wear... And I have to go back to my... Sarah is needing her pronunciation guide list. Magandanawan? Maganda... I had this right earlier. Magandanawan robes.
I can play the audio of RJ saying it.
I would love that. How
Magindanawan.
close was I?
Magindanawan.
Magindanawan.
Magindanawan. Okay. Magindanawan. Thank you, RJ, for being our pronunciation extraordinaire. We appreciate you so much. Elder Urda is one of the oldest Manananggal in the Philippines, and age hangs heavily on the elder's stooped shoulders, and they use no pronouns. I will show you their artwork. Look at that. It's so pretty. I love it. But the elder turns to you. Can I help you?
We have come from division at the behest of Sister Therese. We are here about the disappearances.
Mm-hmm. Such a sad thing to happen within our walls. Have you found anything so far?
I found an infestation of bugs, and he says, looking down at himself covered in all sorts of viscera. But other than that, we have not gained much insight.
And how much longer will you continue looking into our issues?
Until the disappearances stop.
And how can I assist you?
From what you know of the disappearances, do you know how long ago they started?
4 weeks ago?
Started 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
My condolences for having dealt with this for a month.
The elder nods their head. Acceptance.
There is something here that is hunting your people. As I'm sure that you are aware.
That would explain the bodies.
Reverend Elder. Do you have any suspicions? Any leads that you would suggest we follow? We recently heard screaming in a room, and when we investigated, there was no people there, only bugs. Is there anyone who has exhibited differential behavior with the ability to turn into a hive?
Not that I'm aware of. We keep to ourselves here. Avoid the humans.
As you should. Elder, for the boy, Franklin was his name. Was he just sort of squatting here? Did you allow him in? Was it you offered good graces the once and he just sort of assumed that meant forever?
We do not invite humans into these walls. We just want to live in peace, quietly, without their interference. The boy was tenacious. Every time we think we've gotten rid of him, he comes back. Like fungus.
We saw a bit of that as well.
It was in one of the abandoned rooms.
Oh. And what do you plan to look into next?
I found myself drawn to this place.
Many are. Mm-hmm.
I think that there's something also very old. Felt a connection in the kinship.
And what connection is that in our humble chapel?
think the connection that all lost things feel when they find something that feels like home.
And as you say this, from behind you, there is a commotion. And Joe and Eden, you hear this commotion as you are on the roof as well. It is coming from the front area, which would kind of lead into the communal space that people are in. And as you all turn about to rush back down and quickly exit, you return to see that one of the people that you were told was one of the dead victims, Lily Bautista, is lying on the floor, injured and bleeding. One of the other residents has their head cradled in their lap, and they are incoherent, whispering fragment memories. But they keep saying, the ritual's coming. The ritual's coming. They're doing the ritual. The ritual is coming. And that is where we'll leave off tonight.
Fuck that! God damn it!
I'm sure
am
that's not
so
ominous.
excited for this game. Sarah, you did an absolutely fantastic job running us through this. I am sweating. But of course, I am always having a great time whenever you're on the show. Sarah, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm Sarah Roberts. You can find me all over the internet as the Hype Goblin. If you would like to know more about me, you can go to hypegoblin.com/links or just hypegoblin.com and pick up the 5e adventure I wrote last year, or check me out elsewhere on the internet. I am everywhere. Pretty much at this point, I will be linking Blue Sky and Threads and all the other things as soon as they have desktop versions as well for me to link to. But yeah, that's me. Also, come see me at Gen Con. I'll be with two of the other fine humans here one day at Gen Con, but I'll let them talk about that because that's their panel. But if you see me walking the floor at Gen Con, you are more than welcome to stop me, say a quick hello. If I have to rush off to something, I will gladly take a quick selfie or something with you and just say hi before I run from one event to another. It's going to be great. I can't wait. That's me.
And Noir, where can we find you? What do you do?
Yes, that's right. I'm next. I'm sorry. Hi, everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. It's not Twitter anymore. So I guess you can find me at X. Well, that just feels dirty. I don't like this.
No.
You can find me
We'll just deal with it.
Listen, if you go to a website and type the Noir Enigma, I'll probably show up or not, depending on the website. Matter of fact, don't do that because I might pop up on some sites I don't want you to find me at.
Your Google results when people search your name are about to get so weird.
And yes, I too will be at Gen Con. I've got my schedule on the socials, so if you want to see what I'm up to, you can. Unfortunately, my Tales of the Valiant game for Cobalt Press just sold out, so I can't GM you through that because everybody already bought the tickets. So sorry. But you can find me every Saturday, every Friday over on JCon TV. For oh my god, my brain is just made out of spaghettis. I want to punch Franklin so hard. You can find me every Friday on JCon TV for Table Takes, and Table Takes plays, and every Saturday morning for Morning Ritual. We may have something special coming this week, this Saturday for Morning Ritual. I didn't talk to Anita about it yet, but Anita, we might be doing a thing.
Thing?
Yes, there might be announcements, several.
Okay. Cool.
And that's me. Bye.
I guess that leaves me because that was like the perfect toss. Hi, I'm Anita, otherwise known as Panita or Critical Misses. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, and cat mom about the space. You can find me Mondays on Critical Misses, co-GMing a cipher system game called Time and Time Again. It's a tale of time, space, memory, and love. You can also find me behind the scenes or in chat on Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm going to be producing our 2 games that we've got there. We are taking a break on Time and Time Again this week and the week after because Gen Con things. And also, you can find me at Gen Con for Morning Ritual Live, and we've got an amazing panel, including the Hype Goblin and Black Girl Mage and Husha Kid and our good friend Omnis X is coming back. But yes, find me at Gen Con. I'll probably be wandering the floor if I'm not working behind the scenes, making sure that all the Gen Con online stuff happens to get produced on Twitch. So that's basically me. Other than that, follow me on the things. And then, Noir, we're going to have to talk about what's going on this Saturday because it's also your birthday.
Yeah. It's gonna be a weird birthday because we might be fighting the company. But that's
Oh,
You want me to make it weirder? I'll come sing happy birthday to you.
yeah, and you get to
Listen,
choose.
I'm gonna be in war paint.
Hell yeah.
You know that scene in Braveheart where they're like, "Where's he going?" They're like, "He's off to pick a fight." That's what I'm doing Saturday.
Oh man.
But that's it. That's all it's me.
Oh, okay. I think that brings it over to me. Hey everybody, it's me, SirHeckaLot. You can find me on all the social medias at SirHeckaLot, including Twitch, Itch, technically Twitter. I'm probably gonna hop off that at some point. I just joined Blue Sky today, so you can find me on there now. I'm findable. I can be found. Just find me because it's the best place to figure out where I'm gonna be in the TTRPG space next, because I tend to wander just a whole lot. Although I will not be one of the people at Gen Con because womp womp, I have school starting very, very soon. Next semester, imagine. Yeah, I have to like go and study to be a doctor and shit. That's wild. But yeah, I have a really busy week heading up until the next episode of this. So tomorrow you can find me over on Leon Light's roleplay with Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. We just had like a big plot development. We found the boat. Now we have to sail the boat places. It's great. On the 25th, you can find me over on Enchanting Sorcery with Into the Old Margrave and Into the Woods inspired 5e campaign. On the 27th, you can find me over on Dat Magic Juice's channel on YouTube. We're moving over to YouTube. It is a Tyranny of Dragons campaign. And then lastly, you can find me over on Lost Caravan RPG on Friday for some Blades in the Dark. I haven't played it before, so it's going to be very interesting. Yeah. That's me.
Graduate, will you still be Sir Heck or will we call you Dr. Heck?
I feel like either is applicable because I do have a channel in my server called Dr. Heck. So like it's where I put all my school stuff that like if people don't want to like see the doctory stuff, they just mute it.
Fantastic. If you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. If you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday. It's happening again. And now at Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Mondays, of course, is our homebrew 4 Keeps 5e campaign. We are level 20, and at this point in time, they have hopped into a spelljammer in the shape of a giant metal dragon that they are going to use to fight Caius, potentially. So, fun things to do at level 20. Other than that, of course, hey, I'm here. I'm over on Blue Sky. I'm over on... Honestly, I didn't bother with Threads or any of the others. I really was like, I'm putting my eggs in Blue Sky's basket, and if
Threads
that fucking
is so
tanks,
trash.
I'm not doing it. Yeah,
hate
I'm
it
staying
so
away.
I love Threads so much. Threads
No,
for life.
no, not
Come
doing
hang
it.
out
Sorry.
with me on Threads.
I'm gonna stick to Blue Sky. But hey, guess what? We're also on Patreon. That's another great way that you can find us. If you go to patreon.com/indoor adventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, or you want to make sure to wish Heck an extra special happy birthday, feel free to join us again at patreon.com/indoor adventures. But that is it for the show. So I'd like to say once again, thank you to Sarah for running this fantastic game. Thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And of course, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by, because we couldn't do shows like this without everyone. That's it for the show.
Can we do a raid?
Yes, we can. I think, who are we raiding?
Total Party Chill.
It's Total Party Chill? Okay,
Party Chill.
sounds good.
Let's do it.
Total Party Chill.
Raid.
We're raiding in 10,
Raid.
7. The countdown is like Windows estimated install time. I don't know when it's going to be happening, but it's going to be happening soon.
It's gonna happen when it's the least convenient for you.
And we rated.
And we've raided.
Fantastic. Yay.